Hello, it's Hannah. I'm coming to you today from my bed, and I have my baby right here. Okay, anyway, I have my baby here with me. Alright, I'm gonna be talking about films that I watched this. Okay, now she's all in the camera. Alright, I'm gonna be talking about films I watched this month, and I just randomly thought about filming this while I was in my bed, so I'm just like, okay, let me just start filming. So I'm going to be talking about what I watched. And for some of the month, I was doing the scavenger hunt thing. Okay. Oh. Okay. I was doing the scavenger hunt thing from Letterboxd, and it has like little prompts, and you have to like watch a different thing each day. And I did that for a little while, but like it almost kind of feels like you're being forced to watch it, so it made me like not want to do it. So yeah, so I didn't do that the entire month, but I did it for the beginning of the month. So just keep that in mind. First thing I watched was Kedi. It's a film that takes place in Istanbul, and it's just about, okay, please, your whole head. All right. It's oh girl, your head. I can't. Okay. It's a documentary about these cats in Turkey, and it's really sweet, and that was for the scavenger hunt thing. And yeah, it's just about cats. Next thing I watched was Napoleon Dynamite. I've never actually seen it before, surprisingly, and I thought it was really good, very satirical, which I like. It wasn't necessarily all my kind of humor, but it did have a lot of funny moments. Next, I watched Minding the Gap, which is a documentary. It's on Hulu, and it's about these skateboarders, and I thought it would be kind of superficial, but it ended up being a lot about like trauma and abuse, and it was really, really interesting. Next, I watched The Master by Paul Thomas Anderson, and I wasn't the biggest fan of this. I'll move on. Next, I watched Everybody Wants Some from Richard Linklater, and he's one of my favorite directors, and I really like this. I wasn't sure, girl, she's okay. I wasn't sure how much I'd enjoy this because it's like just about like locker room talk, basically. It's just about like these guys in college on a baseball team. But I actually really enjoyed it. It had a lot of funny moments, and it was cute. Next thing I watched is The Roommate, and this is on Netflix. I knew it wouldn't be like that great. Yeah. I watched that, and it was fine. I don't know, it's just about like the stalker girl. I watched Audition, and I expected it to be better, to be honest. Like, it's kind of like a cult classic, and it like wasn't really that interesting until like the very end, and by then I was like, yeah, whatever. Next, I watched Uncut Gems, which I've been meaning to watch for a long time, and I thought it was pretty good. It's not as good as Good Time, which is, you know, the movie from the Safdie brothers. It's like pretty similar in a way, but yeah, Adam Sandler was great. Next, for my scavenger hunt thing, I watched The Dictator, which was funny. It's very, very satirical. I laughed. Then I watched If Beale Street Could Talk, which I didn't really enjoy so much. Like, Barry Jenkins is obviously a great director, but like, I don't know, that movie, it was just very slow and boring to me. Not really anything happened. And then I watched The Peanut Butter Falcon, which is so sweet. That was such a cute movie. Shia LaBeouf is in it, Dakota Johnson. It's about this boy with Down syndrome. They try to help him like travel across, I was gonna say the country, but that's not it. Like across like state lines to like get to this wrestling thing, and it's really sweet. Very, very heartwarming. I watched a new film called Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, and I loved it. It's directed by a woman, Eliza Hittman, and it was so good. I was really anticipating this one, and it turned out great. It's about a girl who goes to New York to get an abortion, and she's a teenager, and it was really great. It was just the way it portrayed so many important themes. I really, really enjoyed it. Next, I watched another new film by a female director called Buffaloed, and it has Zoe Deutsch in it, and this one was funny. It's about her becoming, what's the word, a debt collector, And yeah, it's just like a kind of comedy, and Zoe Deutsch is always great. So yeah. Next, for another scavenger hunt thing, which I'm not mentioning when all of them are scavenger hunts, but some of these I feel like I need a disclaimer. But I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one. It was alright. It reminded me a lot of American Horror Story Roanoke, which obviously, you know, they got inspiration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I don't know, it was like kind of like slow at times, and like, but I overall I liked it. I watched Moonrise Kingdom, and I actually haven't seen that before either, and I enjoyed the first half a lot, but then like the second half was like, you know, just all right. But obviously, you know, it's very beautifully shot, and like Wes Anderson, obviously it's good. I definitely liked the visuals more than I did the story. I watched Creep. It's on Netflix. It's like a found footage thing of like this creepy dude, and it was good. It wasn't like amazing, you know, it wasn't like super original anyway, but I enjoyed it. Next, I watched Abducted in Plain Sight. It's also on Netflix. I watched it 2 times in a row. Well, not completely. I watched it for the first time, and then the next day I showed it to my family and they watched it too. It is insane. If you like to get mad at movies, like, definitely watch this one. It's a documentary about like this girl who gets abducted twice by the same man, and her parents play such a big role, and it just, the whole story is just so ridiculous. Like, it just makes you very, very angry. Anyway, it's very good though. Next, in a similar kind of vibe we're going for here, I watched Child of Rage, which is a short film. It's on YouTube. It's about this girl, well, it's a documentary short about this girl who was abused when she was like a baby, and now she's like 6, and she's very violent, and she's just talking about the things she does, and yeah, it was enlightening. Next, I watched The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I actually haven't seen this before either. I watched a lot of like classics this month that like I should have seen, but I haven't. This one, I really liked it actually. Like, I didn't think I would. Like, I thought it'd be very middle school-esque, but it actually made me cry. I think I like the whole theme about mental illness. Like, I think that definitely played a big role in this film. It made it a lot more top tier. I really enjoyed the characters, had a lot of relatable moments, thought it was funny, just all around it was really good. Next, I watched May, and this is about this girl who's kind of crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. She's just like a little bit off. She's this like really creepy doll, and yeah, she's looking for a man or a woman. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. She's just like, it kind of has a creepy vibe, and the ending is violent and interesting. So that one was pretty good. I enjoyed it. But it does have a lot of very awkward, like uncomfortable, cringy moments, but cringy like on purpose, and it makes you so uncomfortable like in that way. So I watched Candyman. It's on Netflix, and this was okay. Like, I haven't thought about it since I watched it. So next, I watched Found, and this is about this 5th grader and his older brother's a serial killer. This one was okay. I don't know. I haven't thought about it either since I watched it. Like, it had some good moments, but like the amount of unfiltered homophobia, racism, toxic masculinity, like, it didn't really seem satirical. So like, I don't know. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of substance to this, besides hate. So, right, next one is another movie about men killing women, Maniac, and I liked the, what did I like about this? I liked the originality, like, well, sort of. Okay, the way he went about the killing and stuff was original, and like the way it was shot, it was first person POV, that I like that. But this one, like, the reason he's a serial killer, I won't spoil a bit, it's so idiotic. Like, I don't know, I feel like if the serial killer is like the main person like in the film, like, you kind of want to like root for them, like, not root for them, but you know what I mean, like, they kind of have to be a little bit justified, I feel like, or at least the character should be like likable and enjoyable in some way. But like, his reasoning is so stupid, and it's just like really misogynistic. Yeah. But it's really interesting too because the girl who's in Abducted in Plain Sight, like the one who was actually abducted, like grown up now, she's an actress in the movie in Maniac, so that's interesting. Next, I watched Misery, and this one, like, it was good. Like, I mean, there's not, again, like, there's not like a whole lot of substance or deeper meaning there, but it's good. It's about like this author, and he basically gets kidnapped by his biggest fan, and she's wacky. To say the least. The way she talks is so funny. I feel like I watched a lot of Minnesota films. I think this one takes place in Minnesota. I watched a lot of those where they have like the funny accents, like, you betcha. What's that girl's name? Debbie Dooley or whatever. Yeah, so I really liked the way that Kathy Bates talked. Yeah, but it's not anything to write home about, but it was pretty good. I watched Gravity. I don't know. I remember when this first came out, like when I was like younger, like I don't know, like it was like 5 years ago or something. Like I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, wow, this looks cool. And I don't know, it does have an interesting concept, but it was just like, okay, we get it. You have bad luck. You keep getting lost. You keep whatever. It was just like predictable and like whatever. It was boring. So I rewatched Call Me by Your Name, and I technically didn't watch the whole thing, but like I make movie edits on Vimeo. I'll link it down below. So I would like kind of skim through it and like watch certain scenes because like the movie's incredible. It's truly just a magnificent work of art. That's all I can say. Anyway, I think my edit turned out pretty good. It's to a song by The Neighborhood, so what else can I say? Next, I watched Edward Scissorhands for the first time, and again, the visuals were nice, but like the story wasn't anything too interesting. Like I can see why it's a cult classic, but like I wouldn't say I like really liked it a lot. The next, I rewatched 10 Things I Hate About You. This was also for a movie edit for Vimeo, and I love this movie, so one of the best coming of age. Next, I watched another recent film called The Lodge, and I really like this one actually. Like I was thinking about it a little bit like after I watched it, and like it hasn't really left my mind. And it's about these kids who stay in a lodge with their new stepmom, and there's a scene like a few minutes into the film, it's just like insane. It just starts with a bang, and yeah, it gets right into it. And like the way the score is really great, the cinematography is great. There is a messed up theme in this movie towards the end. Wow, it just makes you think. It was really good though. It definitely had A24 vibes. I'm pretty sure it's Neon who produced it, and they're stepping up their game. So had a lot of similar vibes to Hereditary, like with dolls and stuff like that. I'm not completely sure what the point of all the doll stuff was, other than it to be like more creepy, I guess. But yeah, definitely had a lot of Hereditary similarities. Then I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous. I really like this. It's a mockumentary and it's a dark comedy, and it's just so funny. Yeah, I really liked it. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. It's just about like this pageant that's going on in Minnesota, and Montrose, Minnesota. And yeah, the cast is great. It's really funny. A lot of deaths. Last but not least, I'm probably watching something after this, and it's April 29th, so there's gonna be probably like 2 or 3 more. But for now, last but not least, today I watched Possessor. This is a new film made by Brandon Cronenberg. And I hate to compare him to his dad, but David Cronenberg, obviously he's like a very acclaimed director. And yeah, I really liked this. It was good. Again, visually, it was very good. Like the special effects and gore, yes. And also the editing was so cool. But yeah, I thought the story was interesting. It just felt like a Black Mirror episode, but like gorier. And yeah, I liked it. So you should check it out if you get a chance. But yeah, I guess I'll be signing off. Thank you for watching. We both really appreciate it. Please like, and subscribe and comment what kind of videos you want to see. Yeah, she wants to lay down. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Bye.